All right, I think we should be here now, boys. Oh Jesus, we don't want to hear ourselves. We are live. Apparently, the mid-season draft has been covered by what's um Jesus Christ. Yeah, so apparently the mid-season draft has been delayed half an hour. So original start time was supposed to be 6:30. It will now be 7 o'clock, which isn't great because that means we've only got 45 minutes roughly um, that we can actually watch it. But I'm happy to just chill here, see what's going on ahead of the mid-season draft, and see what we have got in store. Gold Coast obviously had one pick going into this. We have decided that we are not going to take anyone, which isn't a surprise if you guys watched my video I made a couple of days ago. I did say that we probably wouldn't get it. North Melbourne, I'd be very surprised if we do not get Geordie Payne, or if North Melbourne don't take Geordie Payne with pick one. And that is probably why we have decided that we're not going to go into it, because they would have had discussions with North on who they're taking, etc. So yeah, I'm not too disappointed that we haven't got um we aren't going for anyone because we don't really need anyone. We are pretty fine in terms of our depth and our current list management. Um, but yeah, let's see. Let me head over onto the Twitter and see what people are saying on the mid-season draft. Oh, it's not really much on Twitter. Somebody said has Daniel Rich nominated, which I do believe he has not nominated for the draft. Reese Matheson has. So it'll be interesting. There's a few VFL Brisbane Lions VFL lads that have obviously nominated as well. So it will be interesting to see where they go. But yeah, it is it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens tonight for sure. See if the AFL has posted anything. Whew. Port Adelaide has made 3 changes. Let's have a look. Charlie Dixon's back into the Port Adelaide lineup. Ivan Solo is back in and replaces Jordan Sweet. And Francis Evans has been recalled. Oh, and the Blues do not make a single change to their list, which is unsurprising from how dominant they were. I'm not surprised. So there's 23 picks today, 14 clubs, so 4 clubs choosing or not having a pick at all. But yeah, nothing really on the mid-season draft so far. If you guys have anything you guys want to chuck in, please do, and we can discuss 100%. Yeah, so we can 100% discuss it when it comes to it. Oh. That's it is. All right. Oh. I swear I'm bloody tired. Anything related to the draft happening right now? No. I swear they said that it was going to be from 6:30. But it is what it is, boys. It is what it is. If you guys have any questions about the mid-season draft, feel free to chuck them in. I'll try and answer them as best as I can. We do have about 20 minutes until we do actually kick off, which is a bit frustrating because I would have changed the start date if, you know, was aware a little bit earlier on, but I was not. It's going to be a long wait for this to actually start, boys. Let's go. How many picks do the Suns have? The Suns have no picks. We don't have any picks, unfortunately. We did have one going into this draft, but we've chosen not to go for it, and that's, I think, I don't know if they'll cover it when the coverage starts, but I believe that is because they're of the understanding that North Melbourne are going to go for Geordie Payne because that was our number one target, which I think when we were doing our research on him, he wasn't going to be the number one pick, but he's had a few good weeks and months leading into the midseason draft. So he's pushed up to number one. So yeah, I think North Melbourne are going to take Jordy Payne. I'd be very surprised if North Melbourne actually go for him. Hope that answers your question, Tony. Oh, whoops. If you got any other questions, Tony, feel free to chuck them in. We can have a little bit of a chat. We do have about 18 minutes until the coverage starts because they have, I believe, delayed it without telling us that they've delayed it, unfortunately. How do you think the Suns will go this Sunday? Well, Ashley, good question. I think it will be a tight game, and it's going to be a similar game to Carlton in it's going to be a midfield battle because I think against Essendon we're quite equal across the field. Like we've each got strengths that counter each other's strengths, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's going to be a tight contest and it'll come down to whoever's midfield's better. So as long as we bounce back, I think the Suns should win, but you never know against this year's Bombers. It could go either way. Surely they just start 15 minutes early, right? There's no harm in it. Also, how good 25 years ago today was the very last game of the AFL State of Origin. Surely they have to bring it back. I feel like AFL State of Origin would destroy the NRL State of Origin any day of the week with audience numbers. Like 100%. I've been asked to search up the AFL personality quiz. I don't know which one she wants me to go for, but you know what? We'll go for it. All right. There we go. Surely we see Rosas back on the field this week. I'm not going to put my hopes on it. I know Rosas is your favorite player, Ash. He was training with the Suns this week. He has been in main training, which we haven't seen any photos of him in the main training for a while. So, considering he was in photos today of being in the main training, having fun, looking good, hopefully we see him in. I'd like to see Semi Day back in instead of Jed Walter, but we'll find out tomorrow at about 6:30 or 6:20 when the teams come in, and we'll make a video on it. Hopefully he's in because I'd like to see a bit of spark in that forward line. But anyway, let's start this AFL personality quiz. What is your typical breakfast? Mystery supplement injection, $50 smash avo and eggs at Hipster Cafe, orange juice out of a replica premiership cup, or porridge because I have no teeth. Let's go orange juice out of a replica premiership cup. I feel like that's pretty interesting. When your team starts losing, I'm a bandwagon on my team never loses. Go on a holiday to Mount Hotham, cut my membership to pieces, hit the surf. Probably cut my membership to pieces because I hate losing. What's your favorite cutlery? Chopsticks, knife and fork, none I eat with my hands, wooden spoon. None I eat with my freaking hands. I'll never get a wooden spoon. I have a couple of times with Gold Coast, but also, fun fact, I don't know how to use chopsticks, so that's also fun. Do you have any tattoos? Yes, I got a tramp stamp when I was drunk. I have a sleeve, neck tats because I'm a badass, or zero there, disgusting. Now, I don't have a sleeve, I don't have a neck tat, so I'll go, even though I don't have one, but I'll go with the tramp stamp because that's the closest one to having a couple of tattoos. I feel like that's the best way to go for it. What's the worst punishment you have ever received? Having to watch a Ross Lyon press conference, detention at school, never being punished because I've never done anything wrong, or jail? Having to watch a Ross Lyon press conference, they are hard. They are absolutely hard. Are you hated by most people? People feel sorry for me. Nobody really gives a shit about me. Yes, everyone hates me. I'm successful, so everyone likes me. I'll go I'm successful. I feel like I don't really have that many haters. Probably a bit egotistical of me, but you know, it is what it is. Have you ever had a mullet? Never. Let's be honest about that one. I've never had a mullet. Wanted to get one, but Ashley won't let me. What you wear to the shops? Collared shirt and boot shoes, board shorts, absolutely nothing. Uggs and flannels. We'll go board shorts. What do you think of the color combo of brown and gold? Piss and shit? Really? Yep. Looks like Grandpa's undies. How do you spend your free time? Go clubbing till 9 a.m.? I used to. That used to be me every weekend. Now I don't because health issues. Playing polo, hang out with Hell's Angels, sleep with my best mate's partner. Definitely not that one. We'll go this one because, you know, it is a bit relevant to my life. What is your drug of choice? Whatever Stephen Dane gives me. We'll go whatever Stephen Dane gives me because it's gold. What sunglasses do you wear? Dollar Ray-Bans from Bali, speed dealer Polaroids. The ones I stole from someone's handbag. I don't wear sunglasses cheaper than $200. The other ones I stole from someone's handbag. I don't really wear glasses. If I do, they're usually my missus. Your perfect holiday is go Bali. I feel like it's my type of holiday. Calculating results. Here we go. Oh, fuck off. I am not. No. That is rigged. That is freaking rigged. I will not take that. That is terrible. Why would anyone that was a terrible decision. I should never have done that. Should never have done that. That's pissed me off. I freaking hate Collingwood. Anyway, that was a bit of fun before we get going. We have 8 minutes until we kick off. No new updates from AFL.com.au. Have we got any more game suggestions, any more questions before we head into the mid-season draft for 45 minutes? I wonder if it'll go for 45 minutes. I've actually never watched a mid-season draft. I have no idea how long it will go for. But hopefully we'll see a majority of the 23, or at least the first round within the first 45 minutes. But you never know. Gold Coast don't have any selection, so I don't really care about ending it early anyway. Oh. Six minutes. All right, not very long left until we get underway with the AFL mid-season draft. Hopefully, Geordie Payne goes at number 1. I don't actually know where we would have been at in terms of pick-wise if we were to go for our number 1 or go for our 1 pick. Let me have a look. So it's in terms of ladder. So we are here. So we would have had the 12th pick in this draft. So we would have gone after the Bulldogs, and that would have been Fremantle, and then Geelong, and then GWS, and then Port Adelaide, Melbourne. No, wait, Melbourne, Port Adelaide, sorry. So we would have had the 12th pick. So if we see the 12th pick before I have to end it and go do some things tonight, and Jordy Payne hasn't been selected, I feel like it could have been a missed opportunity for us, and one that we could regret because Jordy Payne can literally play everywhere on the field. Would have been great for our depth, but it is what it is. We move on. We live. We do have, obviously, this year's national draft to look forward to, where, yet again, we're going to play a heavy hand in because we've got academy kids coming out the absolute wazoo these past couple of seasons. I don't believe we've got any at the moment of note coming after, like, this bunch. So maybe, we'll, after this upcoming national draft, we'll go and try and get some more experienced blokes and not really care about the draft, which is a good sign because ever since the club's been started, it's all been draft. That's what we get our players. And now I feel like once we get all these academy kids in, this at the end of the season, I feel like we can actually say, you know what, we're not going to go into the draft next year, and we're just going to try and bolster our team by getting some more experienced players in, which is exciting for as a fan because now we're not really having to rely on the draft. But we've got 2 minutes now, 2 minutes until we get on the board and get the mid-season draft rolling. Have we got any more questions to fire through in our last minute before the draft rolls on? Five viewers, baby. Let's see what we've got. Let me know who you're supporting, and I can tell you how many picks you guys have if you guys don't know. Maybe answer some questions if I know them. I'm obviously a Sun supporter, so I don't know much about any other clubs. I'm good. How are you, Grinchy? Doggies. Let me see how many picks you guys have. You guys just have the one pick. You guys are the 11th pick of the draft. But how are you, Grinchy? Crows. Just give me a second and I can tell you that for you. The Crows have, where are you? 3. Oh, sorry, the Doggies are in 8th for draft selection. Crows are 7th. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. I'm not even sure if you guys are allowed to hear that, but you know what? We'll go for it. So here we are. Mid-season draft is underway. Bit of a chaotic start with Carlton, Tony. You guys are the 9th pick with just the 1, which is interesting because what does the injury list say? Updated 4 hours ago. How many season-ending injuries do you have? 2. When did Jack Silvani and Sam Doherty get injured? Because usually you replenish the list spots you've lost this season, and you've got 2 season-ending injuries on the AFL list. So I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, you guys have 1. They don't think Brisbane are going to use all 4 of their selections. Wait. Have Gold Coast gone back on what they said and we're taking someone? Because on this, they've got us in 9th for the draft order. But we aren't using, but it says we aren't using our pick. Which, if that is the case, Tony, Carlton moved down to 11th because apparently Fremantle are using a pick as well. I think we have 2 picks, but only going to use 1. That does make sense. That does make sense indeed, because yeah, you guys have 2 picks. It's going to be interesting where these former AFL players go. Reece Matheson's in the draft, which maybe that's why we are back in it. It'll be very interesting. There's Trent Bianco, Trey Briscoe. Now, I did see a video on TikTok. Now, it's obviously got no relevance on him getting drafted, but a few of the Collingwood boys met up with Trey Briscoe earlier, I think last week. So maybe he might be coming back to the Collingwood Magpies and putting on a jersey. Obviously plays for the West Coast Eagles in the Waffle this season, but yeah, I'm not sure where he'd go. I'd like to see Trey Briscoe back in the AFL. It was pretty good for Collingwood. I don't really care where he goes though. Because Blue Abroad reacting to the mid-season draft. Pommes. Interesting. Why is it doing it on its own YouTube channel? Interesting. Don't know why they're talking about the national draft in the mid-season, but I guess we get a little bit more feedback on how the national draft will be this season.
that's looking through the national draft. But I think it's important that you do refresh your list through the national draft as well. I know there's the rules ran through, but I think it's really important that we're able to bring our own talent through. It was a bit of a quiet trade period for the club last year, and you brought in Elijah Holmes on the last day of the period. How do you plan to attack the trade for empty space this year? Yeah, we're always trying to get better, whether that's through free agency or trade or even the national draft. Our job is to get better as a club. So what that looks like, time will tell, but we're always striving to get the most out of it. I see Elijah Holmes there. He has been a pretty nice pickup. He's going to get on the weekend against Gold Coast. He's compensated. Tell us about his evolution so far in the Blues jumper. Yeah, so when you get...
Oh, Jesus, it's on.
And he's an outstanding pre-season where he proves himself in a position that he was picked as soon as he was available.
Hold on. I don't care about that. I do not care about that. Boys and girls, how did I miss this? All right, so we've got this.
From Tasmania, the boy from Burnie. This is
Geordie
a great
Payne,
story, given he was overlooked in last year's draft.
obviously,
And he did have some interest last year, Nat, including Collingwood considered him, but in the end he didn't get taken. Look, he's transformed his game from being a defender last year who could potentially push up the ground to being a midfielder forward who has hit the scoreboard and has some pace. He's a long kick. He's a damaging player. Recently, he kicked 4 goals from 29 disposals to pretty much ink himself as the best player in the eyes of North Melbourne in this pool. So he's
I don't know
a
really why
good
it's not the
selection
right
for them. I
broadcast
think
on my
he's kicked 12
phone,
goals,
but
9 this season as well.
Geordie Payne
Tasmania,
with
so
pick 1. Pick 2, Richmond selects Jacob Blight from the Peel Thunder. West Coast Eagles have selected Jack Hutchinson. Pick 4, St Kilda selects Max Hall from the Box Hill Hawks. Pick 5, Jasper Scaife from West Perth. So that is what we have got for so far on the afllive.com.au. Let me just try and figure out why this isn't actually on. There we go. I've got it now. We're here, boys. I've got it working now. Brisbane have selected Will McLaughlin from the Geelong Falcons with pick 6. Toby Murray from their Sandford side. So for the Crow supporter that was in here, Pulse, you guys have selected somebody straight from your Sandford list in Toby Murray. So good, you guys are going straight into the Sandford list, which is always good to see.
We're pretty rapt to get Nick Murray a few years ago. He turned out to be a great selection. I'll be hoping for the same for his younger brother. Yeah, they certainly will be. They've been after sort of depth in that ruck forward area for quite some time, given that Riley Philthorpe's been out inside for the first half of the year. So they've been after that in terms of the trade market as well, and it's Gary Athlete's game as well. So you wonder if
interesting picks so far. None of the former AFL players have been drafted yet, as we speak. Kelsey Ripshaw goes to the Western Bulldogs with pick 8. From North Adelaide, I guess. I'm not sure what club that is. I don't really hear them. Let me have a look. Yeah, so pick 7 goes to... Nope. They have not updated it yet on afl.com.au. Here we go. Pick 8, Chesley Ripshaw from North Adelaide. Goes to the Western Bulldogs. Come on, get to the Suns, baby. Get to the Suns. That's all we're here for. I wonder who we've gone for, considering we did say that we weren't taking anyone. Cooper Lord goes to Carlton from North Melbourne Football Club. Interesting selection. I'm not sure if they need any more midfielders, and this is what I was talking about when I was talking about you want to get somebody that you can see in your development plan. I don't think Carlton really need in their development plan new midfielders. Collingwood. Illawarra Smith. So, yet again, no former AFL players have been selected yet. There is a lot of them in this mid-season draft, and none of them are selected. Got to remember, there's only 23 picks available this year. There was quite a lot at the start. Not everyone's going for them. And we're just under halfway through. And none of the former AFL players have been drafted.
Still got a few more picks to go in the first round, but I thought we'd take this opportunity to just look and recap the top 10 in the 2024 mid-season rookie draft. North Melbourne taking Jordan Payne, the boy from Burnie, the builder from Burnie, at pick number 1. Jacob Blunt heading to Richmond. West Coast took Jake Hutchinson there. Max Hall went to St Kilda. Jasper Scaife to Hawthorn, and Brisbane Riley taking Will McLaughlin, who is a perfect, replacement for Lincoln.
Yeah, one of those guys that missed his draft chance last year. So Jordy Payne in that bracket as well. The guys that are 18, turning 19 this year, just 1 year out of the juniors.
It's probably a really good pick from Brisbane, getting Will McLaughlin. If he is what they're saying, a perfect replacement for Link, great pick. Because you'd probably see him get a little bit used to the squad and then maybe see him at the back end of the year, especially if Brisbane keep going and not making finals. Melbourne Football Club, Luca Kennefield. No former AFL players yet either. When will we get our first one? Will Trent Bianco get picked? Will Trey Rusco get picked? Will Flynn Perez get picked? Will Reese Matheson get picked? Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if we see Reese Matheson go back to the Lions, to be honest. I think it will be a Queensland club that Reese Matheson goes to. So if he doesn't go to the Suns, if he's any chance of getting drafted, it will be with Brisbane. He was a late nomination too, which means the club had to have said, nominate and we'll come and get you. So interesting.
Pick 12 is with Port Adelaide, and they have selected Logan Evans from their Sandford program.
Port Adelaide have gone into the Sandford list and picked out Logan Evans. Is he a defender? Halfback flanker? believe he is a halfback flanker.
To that point, didn't end up being selected, but I think some of his running carry-off halfback will be serving the appetite of what the Port Adelaide Footy Club have been looking for in this area. So played the first month at the Magpies, averaging about 15 disposals, including big day against Norwood as well. So yeah, a good running form to see him get this chance.
Yeah, you always like seeing players picked out their own backyard, love hanging out their own backyards. Of course, it comes from the Power Sample program. So yeah, it's a good story, really good story. And again, another one of those guys who's yet to turn 19. He's still only 18 years of age. Missed his draft chance last year, and it's another way the clubs, of course, have been playing throughout tonight, getting ahead of the end of the year pool. So like that might be some of the clubs will potentially it's over age at the end of the year, but they can get in ahead of that pool and take it for the long term.
Okay, pick 13. Essendon has selected Saad El Horley from the Northern.
Essendon selected Saad El Horji. From the Northern Bullets.
Just turned 23, so this is clearly a player that they be identifying as someone who can come in and fill a role pretty soon. And some of our highlights machine.
Pretty classy forward or defender. Yet again, guys, if you guys want to know who your club has taken, if you've missed out on it, let me know and I can go back and tell you.
Previously, the Bombers, and I'm hoping for the same with El Horley.
Yeah, it's a great story as well out of Northern Bullets, one of the standalone VFL programs, so it's great news for them as well. With 33-2 on the weekend against some AFLers to players at the Swansea. Plenty of halfback is played on the wing as well. He could have done much more over the weekend. One final pressing of his case, and he's got his chance on an AFL list now.
Sam Durham there at Essendon. Okay, with pick 14, Sydney has selected
Tom Hanley
Gippsland Power.
From Gippsland Power.
I love this. I've watched a lot of Tom Hanley play for the Gippsland Power over the last couple of years, and he wears number 11 and wears the red and white for them. And for the last probably 18 months, I've thought this guy runs and moves and plays a little bit like Tom Papley. Now he plays alongside Tom Papley. Look, he's a small forward, hard-working player who can tackle. I think we've seen a better version of him this year. He had some injuries that sort of held him back last season, but a great result for Tom Hanley and the Gippsland Power Footy Club because they are all big fans of Tom. Yeah. And what we've seen, I think, in terms of his attitude, that he'll be a good mix for the Swans. I can't wait to see him and Tom Papley in the forward line together. Of course, Tom Papley, a graduate of Gippsland Power as well.
As you mentioned, a great story. And you just wonder how long the Swans have had their eyes on him as well, because as of about yesterday at 5 p.m, it wasn't thought that they were going to take him out into his draft. They didn't have him in the spots available. They moved Jack Moore on there forward in second draft. He's not turning out to this due to back injury. I think that's surprised a few clubs. They were going to be picking him the last pick, given they're top ladder at the moment. So you wonder if they haven't had their eyes on him for a while and we're just trying to hide him away until they
Very sneaky. I like it. So that is the end of round 1 of the 2024 AFL mid-season rookie draft. On to round 2, and pick number 15 lies with the North Melbourne Football Club, and they have selected Brent Teakle.
There we go. There is the first former AFL player redrafted into the AFL system. We love to see players get a second chance. Brent Teakle, formerly from Port Adelaide, is now moving over to the Roos, and you'd think he'd slot straight in. You'd think he obviously won't play, well, obviously this week, probably won't play next week, but the week after. But then after this week and next week, you probably see him into that Roos side with the experience. That's a great pickup for the Kangas as well with Brent Teakle. Excellent pickup. I rate that draft pick. Really do rate that draft pick. Richmond is about to take their pick.
And of course, Geordie Payne with the number 1 pick. We're up to pick number 16, and the Richmond Football Club has
Campbell Gray.
Campbell Gray from the Essendon VFL side, Cal.
Yeah, taken from the Bombers.
Probably gained a little bit of traction just over the last 3 or 4 weeks, hasn't it? His swing into attack has kept Clutch pretty interested after starting his season as a key defender in the Bombers VFL. So $7 in 3 weeks' time.
Brisbane's got their, I think, second pick.
Versatility. Tomlin to the forward line. If he used to start his career forward, Tomlin hasn't played much footy through the first half of the year. So there is an opening in that key forward role at the Tigers in their attack. 21 years old, so there's a potential for it to impact in the second half of the season. And Richmond has been so decimated with injuries. Like they've got 3 players who have gone down here.
Now this is the reaction because we have a camera down there with Sarah Ollie at training tonight at the hangar, and that is the reaction as Campbell Gray, his name was spread.
It's pretty awesome. That is very awesome content. Not gonna lie, love a bit of that.
14 Essendon VFL players who are nominated for tonight's mid-season draft. So the first one gets off the rank, and what an amazing moment for him to share. If only that person would move out of the way, so we could see. So we could see Campbell's reaction. There it is. Very happy.
That is wholesome content. See if they've posted it. They have not posted the reaction on AFL.
Certainly is. Well done to Campbell Gray. Okay, pick number 17. The Brisbane Football Club has selected
Luke Beacon.
From the Eagles sample side. What can you tell us about Luke?
It's interesting because the next pick is that one. I wonder if they will take him with their interest in coming through as well. But it's the 23-year-old who shapes as one of these players who can come in and maybe do something for them in the second half of the season as well. Given clubs like Brisbane need more depth to their mix. Average 22 disposals this year for the Eagles, still plays a defender, a midfield option, bit of a rebounder, a runner, and a good ball user too. So I think he'd probably settle in off half-back for Brisbane's VFL side to begin with, but not beyond the realms that we see him get an AFL opportunity in the second half of the year.
Yeah, really impressive in that state league game against Western Australia a couple of weeks ago where he had 24 touches playing across half-backs. That really pressed his case for his spot in the AFL. As we said, Will McLaughlin, could he be the potential Link McCarthy replacement? Were Brisbane going for like players? Well, Kit Coleman, who of course was such a revelation for the club, doing his ACL in opening round, really made that half-back spot his own, and that rebounding kicking spot off half-back his own. So Luke Beacon, a player who can link play with his foot skills, with his run. I wonder if he can fill that Kit Coleman void in the second half of the season as well.
We shall see. Now Adelaide has pick 18 and they have decided to pass. So Collingwood now is on the clock and they're waiting to see. Okay, they've made their selection very, very quick. Pick 19, Collingwood have selected
Ned Long.
From their VFL side. They've had first front row seats really to watch his development since he was delisted by the Hawthorn Football Club.
Yeah, that's right. As you say,
So that's our second former AFL player that is given a second chance in Ned Long. Formerly with the Richmond Football Club, Hawthorn Football Club, got delisted, went to the Pies VFL, and now it's being picked up on a second chance with the Pies. Interesting pickup. Very interesting pickup. Not a like for like for any of their outs either, which is crazy.
Himself as a small midfielder over the last couple of weeks on the second side. So I'm sure Ned Long, someone who played 5 games over a couple of years at Hawthorn on the AFL list.
See who I think Richmond's got the next pick. I think. Yeah, Richmond's got the next pick.
I feel like I'm going to be just saying that all night. It's a great story. It's a great story. But it is. This is why we love the draft and the mid-season draft. It's just another excellent mechanism for these players to get.
Richmond have passed. Richmond have passed. Interesting. So Brisbane's got the next pick once again. This is their third pick.
Campbell Gray earlier with 16, and of course Jacob Blight, an intercept defender, with pick number 2. So we now move to pick 21. The Brisbane Lions have selected Darcy Craven from East Perth.
Darcy Craven. So Brisbane have not gone for their VFL list yet, which is surprising. Surprisingly, they haven't dipped into their VFL squad yet.
One where we really did take up and get noticed by AFL clubs and recruiters scoring 4 goals in that game. So that was a really good performance from him to be able to say, well, I can imagine with some guys who have been among the AFL system. So clearly the Lions now have taken a mix throughout their 3 selections so far. McLaughlin, that's their forward half, and Dove, so does Craven.
Yeah, it certainly does. So 10 goals from these 7 games at waffle level so far this season. There's been a couple of games as well where he's been able to push higher up the field. Craven and get his 20 touches, get his 21 touches. So another versatile option for the Lions who have taken their 3 picks now.
That's a good story as well. Country boy from Richmond in Western Australia. So
Adelaide's got the next pick.
different parts of the country and opportunities.
See what they say.
I wonder if they will use that or whether they'll pass him. They've taken 3 at the moment. So Adelaide have picked number 22.
Can they pass? Adelaide have passed as well.
Given they passed earlier, that's not surprising. And the final pick then in the 2024 AFL mid-season rookie draft is with the Brisbane Lions, pick 23, and then they have decided to pass it. That is it. That was very, very quick.
So they lied. Once again, Gold Coast did not get a pick. But, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised Gold Coast didn't take a pick. But it's done. Very, very quick hour stream for the mid-season AFL draft. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. We'll turn it into a video. So if you do make it to the end of this VOD, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, so you never miss an upload and always know when I upload. If you guys do want to support the channel even more than you guys already are by subscribing, there is a donation link in the description. All the money will go back to this channel and upgrading the setup, upgrading the stream and background, and great content and great giveaways as well. So have a good one, guys, and peace.